Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Mega's Tarot. I'm Mega. So today I want to go over 4 different questions here. The first one is, will there be boots on the ground this weekend, the weekend of March 27th? So I want to answer that question. The second question is, will there be a draft? I don't really have any feelings on that at the moment. I meant intuitively. I also want to take a look at oil prices in the near future, see what's going on with that. And then the last question that I want to take a look at is the current relationship between the United States and Europe. And I did do some channeling the other day, and I felt like the relationship there was it's going to become more neutral rather than being like allies or enemies. But we'll take a dive into that. Thank you for joining me. All right, let's just start with the first question, and the first question is: will there be boots on the ground this weekend, the weekend of March 27th? I think that's right. I think today is the 26th, so no, is today the 26th? No, today's the 25th. I don't even know what today is. That's pretty bad. So the question is, will there be boots on the ground weekend of March 27th? So in my last couple of readings, when I did this, it was a yes twice. I also don't feel like it's going to be a good thing. There was, it's already pretty atrocious, like what is happening over there, what we're doing. It's kind of nonsensical. It's doesn't make any sense to me. I'm still not really sure why we're over there and what we're doing. Iran hasn't really. They've had bombs for 30 plus years, and they really haven't started any wars or anything like that. I can understand if you don't like the government, but like that's one thing is like that's not like our personal problem. Anyways, will there be boots on the ground on the weekend of March 27th? March 27th. Just so you know that I am a clairsentient reader, which means I just I feel the energy and then I try to interpret it. So it'd be like someone speaking in Spanish and then someone interpreting that for English speakers. So something like that. Will there be boots on the grounds on the weekend of March 27th? March 27th. I do see some sort of plan. Trump's current energy is he's very angry. Probably because he's not getting what he wants. There's more optimism in Iran than ever before. So the confidence in Iran is definitely a lot higher than it was prior to the war. Okay. So, the energy for the reading is the Nine of Swords in reverse. So that's the main energy. That's that's major anxiety issues, problems. We have some sort of injustice, weakness, and taking action pretty quickly. Oof. These cards don't look good. I'm gonna be honest with you. We got poverty, something to do financially. We have some sort of decision that needs to be made. It's causing issues. Juggling something. And we have some sort of moving too quickly into some sort of offer or some sort of action, I should say, possibly. There's someone speaking out about it, or there's a sense that someone's trying to speak out about it. We'll go over all the cards too here in a second once I have the spread laid out. It feels like the reasoning here is kind of waning because there's some sort of distrust, but also like some sort of conflict, competition that has to do within the ranks of the government or something to do with the government. And how are you gonna like proceed with this? Something to do with finance. Like it feels like whatever's happening here is financially draining us. And it looks like we're out of options. So moving fast towards some sort of proposal, but there's like a lack of value to it, which is intriguing to me. And then Knight of Cups on the very bottom. Let's go over these cards really quick. Like I said, the main energy here is the Nine of Swords in reverse, and that's just major anxiety. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stress is what's going on here. Something feels like it needs to happen sooner rather than later is what I'm getting. Something momentous. I'm really feeling something momentous coming. In our three columns, in the left column we got Justice reverse, Five of Pentacles clarified with the Queen of Swords. So Justice is in reverse is kind of like injustice. And then the Five of Pentacles is being like kicked out or left out. It's financial poverty. Could even be health stuff, but this has more to do with certain like circumstances. I'm hearing circumstances. Someone speaking out about it with the Queen of Swords. This is the logic reality. This is somebody speaking some sort of truth about it. I think there's going to be a consensus that this would be some sort of disaster if it were to happen. What else can I get from this? Justice reversed, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. It's costly. I'm just getting like a lot of like something to do financially. It's very costly. It's gonna cost a lot of money just to put these people on boots on the ground, or putting them like in the territory of Iran, right? So I really think that there's gonna be also the Five of Pentacles could also be like wounded, like people being wounded or hurt. That's another possibility, but I feel like what this person is trying to say here is that this is not justified. What we're doing here is not justified. It's going to cause a lot of financial problems, and it's going to cause a lot of it could cause a lot of fatalities or loss of life is what I'm getting. There's something here that just feels very like I was gonna say repetitious, ominous. It feels very like someone has like they're thinking correctly. Someone's thinking correctly about the situation, but I feel like it may get ignored or it may be pushed aside. Let me take a look at the other cards. In our center row or column, we got Strength reversed, Two of Pentacles reversed, clarified with the Five of Wands. What I'm getting from this energy is there's not a consensus on what to do here. We have some sort of juggling of money, or juggling of some sort of prospects. I feel like with Strength in reverse, it's not there's a sense that this is not warranted. Like boots in the ground is not warranted. Um, and there's going to be some sort of issue or problem within the parliament with the Five of Wands. It's there's like a struggle to even proceed forward with it. I'm getting really like this really gut feeling that this is not a good idea what we're going to do. Um, so I think this is the whole struggle of, what should be done. It's a struggle to really see the reality, and we got something being juggled here, and then we have something to do with competition or putting things together. Um, there's not a good option here, is what I'm saying. There's no good option here. Um, this is sad. I mean, we have a lot of cards here that show that situation is not, it's not a good idea. I still think it will happen though, because it feels like there's like a lack, or like there's like nothing to lose here is what I'm getting. But there's a lot to lose. I mean, we've already lost a lot. On the last column, the right column, we got the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Ace of Wands, clarified with the Five of Pentacles. So we have some sort of action being taken too quickly, like jumping the gun. Ace of Wands is some sort of opportunity, some sort of passionate opportunity. Could also be some sort of action being taken. This is a fire sign. Wands are fire. Yes. So I just heard, yes, they're going to try to seize, I believe they're going to try to seize an island. That's what I heard just now. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse as a clarifier indicates lack of options. I don't feel like any option is a good option, no matter what they do. I feel like they're going to do separate operations. Like there's more than one, is what I'm feeling. And there's a multitude of things that they're going to do. I see something about with these separate operations, they're to do different things relative to the main objective. So I do think they will try to take this. What was it, Karg Island? I do see that as a possibility. I do see some sort of troop movement, and there's going to be more than one group. Like there's a group on the island. There's a group. I feel like it looks like maybe near the coast. There's more than one group. Like they're putting them in 3 or 4 different groups, and they're mobilizing them into different areas, is what I'm seeing. I'm really worried about the drones and that kind of stuff, because Iran, from the energy that I'm feeling now, Iran's ready for this. Iran already knows this is coming, and they've already, what I feel is like they're already prepping for this. So I feel like they get there, they do what they need to do, but then like there's a loss, like there's like no reason to be there or something. It's very weird. On the bottom we have the Knight of Cups, so that's proceeding forward with an offer. We got some like wounded. We have things not working out. We have overwhelm, some sort of overwhelming, like they can't protect themselves. I feel like something bad's gonna happen. Yeah, I don't like this. So what I think is going to happen is, I think, yeah, they're definitely putting boots on the ground. Is it going to happen this weekend? Looking at the cards, I would say yes, but it looks like there is some sort of restriction happening here, maybe with finances or something financial. Um, but when I see the Knight of Swords in reverse, that is usually making too quick of a movement into something or into some sort of operation with the Eight of Swords or Ace of Wands. I'm sorry, Ace of Wands. So I think with the energy that I feel like there is a high probability this weekend, as well as astrologically, it kind of makes sense as well. Um, and if it were to happen, it would be definitely in the weekend when the stocks markets are closed. And yeah, I feel like they want to take it over as quickly as possible, is what I'm getting. But they're left. I feel like there's like a vulnerability because I just heard vulnerability. If it doesn't happen this weekend, then I don't know when they would do it because next weekend doesn't feel like they would do it next weekend. It feels like it needs to be done in the immediate. Um, and I think the Nine of Swords in reverse is the main energy, kind of definitely indicates sentiment about it, anxiety over it, because I think it is happening. That definitely indicates um, it does indicate that something's happening here. I really do. All right, that was a long one. The next thing I want to do is if there will be a draft, a draft in the U.S. Because I know they. Oh, I wrote down the wrong stuff. I have some information I wrote down. Anyways, they're changing the legal age for the draft from 35 to I believe 42. And if that's wrong, just correct me. I believe that's what I heard. I also heard that they're kind of like making it easier for people to actually be enlisted. Like they're removing some sort of like restrictions with like marijuana, stuff like that, cannabis. That's what I heard. I know the majority of young people don't want to go to war, especially for a war that makes absolutely no sense. So, I bang my head against the wall like every day. All right, let's just take a look. I haven't looked at like the thought of this because I kind of like pushed it away. Um, if they kept it at 35, I would not be eligible. But now that they push it to 42, will be eligible. But I don't think I have other like skeletal issues that doesn't really allow me to do that. I wouldn't go to war anyways. I'm not going to war for the Epstein class. You crazy? Jesus. Alright, will there be a draft in the US? 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 No images so far. Will there be a draft in the US? Will there be a draft in the US? Will there be a draft in the US? Will there be a draft? Oh, this card's wanted to fly out. Will there be a draft in the US? I see something. I saw like the words open-ended. They are preparing for something. The United States is preparing for something. They're laying out some sort of plan. It looks like a 7-point plan or some plan. Jeez, that scared the hell out of me. They're prepping for something. couple more shuffles. We need to get through these readings. There will be pushback if it happens. I definitely see that. Because, I mean, in reality, it's just, majority of it is just poor people, right? It's poor people who don't have anything, nothing else they can do because they don't have money. All right, let me take a sip, and then I should not be drinking coffee at 3. Ace of Pentacles. So the main energy is the Ace of Pentacles, which would indicate a yes. But this could be some sort of financial plan being put in place, maybe to allow for some sort of draft to happen. Something's gonna be announced, and there's something odd happening here. This is kind of looking like a yes. This is looking like there's plans. They're trying to work on a plan. A lot of pentacles. Yeah, something goes wrong. I'm not actually 100% sure. It does look like it looks like a yes to me. 3 of Cups. That is disagreement. That's usually this is the card of celebration. This is like things going wrong. This is not feeling good about something. This could naturally for like a one-on-one reading would be like overindulgence sometimes, but this has more to do with some sort of failure. Jesus. Okay, I see a lot of stuff. It's giving me chills. So Ace of Pentacles in the main reading, as the main energy, is some sort of opportunity. So there is an opportunity here for it. And it's feeling like they do. Because there's a lot of stress over what's happening. Left column, we got 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Let me make sure you see it a little better. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. 10 of Pentacles and 7 of Pentacles. So we have the craftsmanship card, the apprentice card. It's in reverse, which means things may not work out according to plan, or there needs to be some sort of structure. The 10 of Pentacles talks about wealth. Sorry, my face is itchy. This is like generational wealth. It's finances. There's 3 Pentacle cards here, so there's something here that deals with money. I'm just not seeing it yet. And then the 7 of Pentacles is planning, opportunities. They may be presenting something here financially. They're wondering how they can kind of use money more than anything. Like something using money against the military. Not against the military, but using some sort of financing for the military. I feel like ads, they may increase the number of military ads, like maybe on YouTube, on the what's it called? The news stations, local stations. It seems like they're working. They want to do something to present this in like a manner. That's what I'm getting. So they're looking at different opportunities, especially with the 7 of Pentacles. Clarify that. What gets me here is that it looks like it may come to reality only because in our center column, we have the Hermit. God, we have the Hermit in reverse with the Emperor, and clarified with the Nine of Swords. So this would be very indicative of coming out of isolation with the Hermit, and the Emperor is control, and then the Nine of Swords is that is the feeling of depression and nighttime anxiety. What I'm getting is like they're trying to do something else to kind of like justify this. So I feel like something will be presented here. I feel like with the Emperor here, that's somebody who takes control, right? So something will be presented in order for some sort of control, because it's there's something here that needs to be said, because there's a lot of cause of anxiety with the Nine of Swords. Let me do the last column, and then maybe it'll make more sense here on what I'm trying to convey. In our final column, we got the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles, or not the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and then clarified with the Queen of Swords in reverse. The Nine of Cups in reverse is dissatisfaction. Person's not satisfied with what they see. Something is presented, and it's like being forced. So whatever is offers here is being presented with the Page of Pentacles. That's that offer. That's the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry, my leg's itchy. That's the Ace of Pentacles. This is the person presenting the opportunity for like some sort of draft or some sort of I feel like it's more of like a financial opportunity within the military. I feel like they want to do more of something like offering money or offering some sort of incentive to go. Something to do maybe with profits, because I heard profits. Something to do with profits. But there's some sort of dissatisfaction coming within here and being presented, and then the Queen of Swords in reverse is the angry, sort of ego-driven, might makes right kind of action and sentiment, and it's being thwarted upon people is what I'm feeling, because of the way the Queen here is kind of like, I feel like it's more attached to this Pentacle, this Page of Pentacle. I mean, both cards really, because it's clarified. It's saying that this has to be done, or like, or else, or like something like that. And I feel like there's like a false reasoning with the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is a lack of like accountability, a lack of forethought, and lack of foresight as well. It's not using your head. It's being way too much in the ego part of us, rather than coming from a more logical standpoint. Probably. So at the current moment, it's a probable yes. We also have, like I said, Three of Cups in reverse on the bottom. That's unhappiness. We have overwhelm. It can't hold on to it any longer. We have weakness. And then we have somebody in power with the King of Wands, somebody being powerful. It's giving rise to some sort of new power. Again, we have overwhelm, not being able to protect oneself, defenselessness, and not being able to come to some sort of concise agreement. There's a walking away, and then someone gets their way with the Empress. I mean, I can continue going, but I'm going to say it's a probable yes. What do I feel about this internally? I do feel like they're going to try to put more funding into this. They're trying to find a way to get more people aboard. And I feel like that's why I feel like there may be more sort of like military ads, possibly. But when I see the Ace of Pentacles as the main Energy, this is an absolute yes. I wouldn't say an absolute yes. I'm going to say probable because not... The energy there feels like it's being done as a last resort is what I'm getting. And I feel like it possibly could happen. But there's some sort of limit. I'm sensing like some sort of limitation is what I'm getting. It's like they can't force people. It's weird. Like I thought a draft is about forcing people to go, but it almost feels like they can't do that. But there will be something presented for a draft. I do believe so. All right. 2 more questions. Oh man, we're already 30 minutes in. I need to get better at this. I need to go faster. Sorry if I suck. I just like doing this. Is like a hobby. I like doing this kind of stuff. It's not really. All right. Anyways, let's take a quick look at oil in the near future. There's so much dust in this room. So we want to take a look at oil prices for the near future. I believe 110, 120 is very plausible. Not 100% sure about 150. So this would be like your U.S. stock market kind of like situation. Show me the near future for oil prices. But you know what? I'll be fine with whatever comes out here. I'll be fine even if it's not within the United States, even if it is global. I'll just take whatever message that needs to be said here. So oil prices for the near future. I think before this video, I think they was at 94 for the U.S. I don't know much about it. I'm not big on stock market. I think it's just all a scam, to be honest. There's one thing, if you want to know something about me, I am actually an anti-capitalist. So I don't believe in capitalism. I don't think it's very humane. I'm more of a humanitarian. I believe that everybody should have equal rights, equal opportunity. I'm a humanitarian. I believe people, animals, plants, everything should be respected. So that's me. All right. Oil prices for the near future. I see other countries starting to worry. I know Australia's. I watched this one lady. I know was it $40? They're limiting it to $40 in Australia. I think something in South Korea as well. I can't remember what it was, like plastic bags or something. I feel like all this stuff's it's gonna get worse and worse and worse every day. I think there is a positive to this. So even though we're seeing all this happen, the positive is that we're relying less on others. We're also relying less on oil, which is, in my opinion, it could be kind of a good thing because we're taking less from our environment and we're only utilizing what we need. And I think that's what we need to be more focused on rather than just willy-nilly throwing things away. And that's why capitalism is very vulturous, because we just overuse resources and there's no ethical consumption under capitalism, something like that. Oil prices for the near future, please. Oil prices for the near future. It's also like my cards. I've had these cards for like 10 years. Okay. Well, Eight of Swords. Yeah, there's going to be some problems. I already saw the bottom card. Okay. What is the... Anyways, I don't know what the chances are of this. I got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So there's a lack of oil resources, most likely. It doesn't, even with that one card, it already doesn't feel good. Page of Cups reverse. Yeah, it's not looking good. there's desperation here. Something being halted. Can't wait to get to that one. Oh, yeah, it's gonna cause a lot of Yeah, wow, this is horrid. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, guys. It's really bad. Some places are gonna run out of oil completely. It's gonna cause a lot of problems. All right, that's even the card on the bottom. Look at that. Eight of Swords, mental entrapment. There's going to be some sort of action for some sort of protection. There's withholding, and then a lack of acceptance here from somebody. Who is that somebody? Emperor reversed. I think we know who that is. Okay, yeah. Oof. Oof. Okay, it's an absolute shit show. Ace of Pentacles in reverse is the main energy. Again, the question was oil prices for the near future. This is not good. This is like a lack of opportunity. There's going to be a massive fuel shortage. And it's going to hurt people here. I'm seeing loss of money, like massive losses of money within people's pocketbooks. Also, a lack of just oil in general, like a lack of being able to access it. In our left column, we got the. Hold on, I need to take a bit. I'm running out of energy. I actually haven't ate lunch yet, and I'm like way overdue. I thought an apple and peanut butter would be enough. I'm starting to feel hungry already. We have the Page of Cups in reverse, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, so we have the feeling of lack here or lack of care with the Page of Cups in reverse, and the Three of Wands is just honestly, it feels so ominous. It feels like there's a lack of care and they're just waiting. Like the Three of Wands is just waiting for, that's the card of waiting for ships to come in. It's just a lack. It's like looking towards the future. Maybe it's not a lack of caring, but there's like people aren't feeling good about it. I feel like somebody here doesn't want to like admit to a mistake with the Page of Cups in reverse. And in the Four of Wands in reverse, to clarify both, it is like I feel like there's like a desperate energy here, or yeah, like a desperate energy of trying to get things to work here. Four of Wands in reverse is usually like problems within like a relationship per se. So we have some sort of struggle here to make things happen. Sorry. So I think people are just anxiously waiting, but we're seeing things kind of fall apart with the Four of Wands in reverse. There's like, I feel like there's no break is what I'm getting. People like the those who used to be like very what am I trying to say here? It's like the future propositions are not going to work out properly. Page of Wands in reverse, the Hierophant, and the Six of Swords in reverse. To clarify both. Page of Wands in reverse is reluctancy. It's withholding. It's holding back. It could also be like only wanting to do things a certain way. Then we have the Hierophant here, which is some sort of like court or some sort of like ruling, some sort of belief system. And this feels like immaturity a little bit and acceptance of a system, and then not really giving in or giving up with the Six of Swords in reverse. So that's not supposed to be going to calmer waters, but that is trying something again, or just ignoring and doing whatever you want. Um, Let me get to the last section because I'm trying to connect to this energy and it's a little bit difficult with this one. But it definitely doesn't look good. We have like some sort of failure within the system is what I'm kind of getting. And trying to sort of brute force some sort of narrative or brute force some sort of rationality. Let me get to the last column. The last column is what really tells me that this is going to get really, really, really bad. And I feel like this will be within maybe a month or less. So this is very soon. Could be 2 to 3 weeks is what I'm really feeling. But definitely, my neck, definitely within a month. Last column, we got the 10 of coins in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, and then clarify with the 3 of swords. So this is definitely, we have money falling apart. We have loss of wealth. This is also loss of resources too, since Pentacles can be about resources. It doesn't have to be about money. So we have a massive loss of resources. We have someone here feeling absolutely terrible here. This Queen of Wands in reverse isn't feeling very passionate about the situation. This is happening because of a lack of resources happening here. And then the 3 of Swords is the heartbreak from it. So people are really going to feel this. And I feel like it's not just, I feel like it's the entire world. The entire world is going to feel whatever is happening here. Since there is a lack of resources. So I would say not only expect to pay more, but also expect to not have access to oil or even gas as a possibility. I don't know about the United States. Let me get into that view. Let me see what I can feel about, just because I do live in the United States, so unfortunately, actually, I'm gonna be honest, I'm fortunate that I'm actually on this planet, to be honest. Like, I don't like this planet. Anyways, did I go over everything on the bottom? Lack of movement. Oh God, I had a pinched nerve. That's why I haven't really posted. Not that many people watch, but there's just a lack here. And a lack of accountability. I'm getting lack of an accountability here as well. It's putting I feel like there's pressure being put on other people, especially a 4 of Wands in reverse. I'm sensing like trying to look for a scapegoat for the situation. So that's what I can really say about that. And then the middle section, just there's like no way out. There's something stuck here in the middle. The energy feels very stuck. There's no way, I just heard there's no way to proceed forward. So we're stuck in this energy for a while, is what I'm feeling with this lack. And I'm really feeling, they're telling me a year or two. So expect this to last for at least a year, upwards of 2 years. So this is not over. This is gonna last. This is a long-lasting issue, and it's gonna affect people, many people. Wherever you live, doesn't matter where you live, it's gonna affect you wholeheartedly. Expect price increases drastically, rationing. I keep getting shampoo bottles. Let's see, we're 40 something minutes in. Let's just move to the next question. Last question. I'm doing these way too slow. I feel like I need to go a little faster, but I'm really trying to kind of like convey a message that things are not going to go well in the next month or so. So the question was oil prices for the near future. That showed more of like stock problems, but I also like stock like stock capacity, or like what am I trying to say? Not like stock market, but like stocks within countries. Um, so I would say yes, oil prices will continue to go up. People are going to get very unhappy and are going to lose. We're losing a lot from this. I just want to take a look. Maybe I should stop it here, but I'm going to do this really, really, really quick. Hopefully, I want to check out the U.S. and Europe current relationship, and I'll do this as quickly as I can. Show me the U.S. and Europe relationship in the current moment. U.S. and Europe. So I originally said there's like this neutral feeling. Europe right now is trying to find a new way forward. They know the Strait of Hormuz is closed. It looks like I see them like frantically like low-key panicking, but at the same time they're doing diplomatic kind of stuff. They're not happy with the United States is what I'm getting. They feel like they need more sovereignty of some sort. So I think Europe's going to actually, I think, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Europe's going to pull the plug rather than Trump pulling the plug. Trump's throwing threats out there that I have seen, but this is feeling more like Europe is kind of maybe going their own way. Current relationship between U.S. and Europe, please. Current relationship between U.S. and Europe. U.S. and Europe. A couple more. I see something like Trump may try to like blackmail or something. I don't like that. All right. Main energy, 4 of Cups. So this is the current energy of the relationship. They're waiting. They're holding back. This has something to do with waiting before accepting something. They're questioning. That's what I heard. They're questioning things in the current moment. We have irrationality. We have internal feelings, and then some sort of something to do with maybe financial structure, some sort of yeah, there's some sort of explosiveness happening or in the current moment. Some sort of tower moment, and then looking for another way. Yeah, this is feeling stuck within a system. Death. Death on the very bottom. Independence. Yeah, they can't put things together. So I kind of see this relationship between the United States and Europe dwindling over time. It's going to continue. We have, like I said, the main energy is holding back. It's waiting, like questioning was what I originally said. I think they're questioning right now their current relationship. We have anger, resentment, hatred, vitriol, illogical thinking led to a tower moment. So this may be about, this could be like Trump's words kind of causing some sort of chaos. Queen of Swords, like I said, Queen of Swords reverses just illogical thinking, and then the clarification of both. I'm just going to go through this as quickly as I can. The 3 of Wands is looking towards the future or waiting, like that's waiting, right? Waiting in anticipation. I don't know what that would be about. Queen of Cups, internal sentiment, internal feelings, looking to how you feel about a situation. Could even be about intuition. So that's looking towards the gut, This is saying there's some sort of entrapment here, mental entrapment. The way of thinking hasn't been going well. Then we have the Hierophant to clarify both. That's the classic belief system, so some sort of structure. They don't want to break. I feel like they're trying to not break a structure in the current moment, but they are questioning what to do. Um, they're holding back too. They're being reluctant, especially with the Four of Cups. So there's some sort of reluctancy happening here. They don't want it to fall apart yet, is what I'm getting. They don't want the structure to fall apart, but I really do believe that they're not feeling too good about this. Queen of Pentacles is something financial, some sort of financial structure. Investigation, some sort of financial investigation. Maybe not investigation, but it has to do with structure and financial structure. Have to do with the relationship in general. Some sort of action. Could be words, could be action. Something coming in quickly. I feel like there's some sort of pressure financially happening. That's what I'm getting. And then the Ten of Wands is like overwhelm. It's not to the point where it's devastating. It's just they're holding on to a lot of burdens. Oh God, it just feels weird. This feels like it just feels weird. I don't know how to explain it. Again, on the bottom we have the Death, and then we have Independence. We have a loss of a relation or loss of an offer. We have things kind of breaking down with the Star in reverse, unable to kind of come together, no real plan, and we do have Strength though, and some sort of new information, some clarity, some sort of truth as well. And we have some sort of, like I said, holding on to assets. So I say the current sentiment at the moment with Europe and the United States is that Europe is kind of questioning the United States' motives. They don't want to press forward in the current moment with anything too drastic. They're trying to stick to the system with the Hierophant. They feel like they're bound to it. They don't want to break something just yet. Like they're not willing to break. Like I said, when I was shuffling, I feel like they do want to sort of maybe make some sort of change here, but in the present moment it looks like they're looking forward to maybe making some sort of new deal with somebody else, or kind of working within like their own systems as well. And then Death, like I said, Death on the very bottom. What was that? What was after Death? It was Nine of Pentacles. Death and then a Nine of Pentacles means a transformation or change into some sort of independence. So I do believe that Europe will break ties with the United States as an ally, which is intriguing. And there's a more of a neutral feeling to that, like I had said originally. So that's the reading for today. 54 minutes, a little too long. If you liked it, hit the like button. Subscribe if you'd like. If you have any more questions, write it down. I'm always up to having some different geopolitical questions. Is there anything else I need to say? Have a good day, I guess. Well, try to have a good day. Have a good weekend. Thank you very much. Bye.